Hello everyone, Tony up here on Pro Wrestling Show. You see right here, main event Jey Uso now on Raw after being the newest member of the Raw roster. After Cody Rhodes put his neck out for him at Payback. Well, Jey Uso do now that he isn't burdened by the bloodline. It's Jey's next mission going forward. Also, too, another match, tag team action. It's Drew McIntyre, the unusual duo of the original Bro, the Scotch Warrior, last Bro, team to take on the Viking Raiders and from their tag match. Drew McIntyre and Grill teaming up against the Viking Raiders. Let's do that match as well. Also, too, there are a lot of people out there. And Gunther made history. Gunther is now on his way to becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. Gunther has a roadblock ahead of him. Gunther, there you go, Gunther defends the Intercontinental Championship with Chad Gable. Like I said, if Gunther becomes the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, over time will tell that Gunther having the opportunity of a lifetime to do what he needs to do. Win prestige. Keep the prestige of the Intercontinental Championship of Will Olympian Chad Gable. He's been working hard as of late. Chad Gable, be the one to dethrone Gunther and win the coveted Intercontinental Championship. August and more when Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host as always, Kid Dix here. Glad you can join the Pro Wrestling Show in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on Connect. Alright. We ain't gonna waste no time whatsoever. We're gonna kick things off with this. Main event Jey Uso. Jey Uso, now the newest member of the Raw roster. Jey Uso leaving SmackDown, WWE, he said. Jey Uso now part of the Raw brand. Jey Uso made a big time effect tonight. He came through the crowd. Jey Uso has a new look, a new attitude, getting away from the bloodline with that was all going on with that situation. Jey Uso finding a new lease in life that he wants to be his own man. But on the way to do so, Jey Uso has to go on faith. And I think that's what Jey Uso doing. He's going out on faith. And he had a confrontation with Sami Zayn, the face-to-face between them two. We can forget WrestleMania earlier this year. And Sami was trying to convince Jey, and what with you now? Jey finally found his new lease in life, and Sami Zayn a bit proud of Jey, so they're trying to bring that back. And Sami Zayn really tried his hardest. Now it kind of rests that Jey had to see for himself, and we know what went down. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn are on good terms. We'll see. Well, we know Adam Pearce made a comment before to Jey that Jey's now a new member of the Raw roster. He came from SmackDown. That somebody from SmackDown, from Raw, will have to go to SmackDown do a trade. I don't know what Adam Pearce is going to do, but we'll see moving forward. That Adam Pearce adamant about a trade. We'll see what Jey Uso is going to do. Being the newest member of the SmackDown Raw roster. But Jey also too encountered Dominic Mysterio, who's trying to recruit Jey into joining the Judgment Day. Dominic wants Jey to be a new member. Dominic feels Jey they both come from broken families, Hall of Fame daddies. They got something similar and stuff. I feel like that they can be together as the whatever you want to call it, like the Misfit Tours, I guess. That was Dominic trying to do, trying to convince Jey to rejoin the Judgment Day. But Jey saying that he'll think about it, but look like Jay Uso's first feud might be with the Judgment Day heading forward. So we'll just have to wait and see. Speaking of the Judgment Day, like I said, the Judgment with Jay Uso coming back to Raw, reuniting with Sami Zayn to get everything out his chest. So hey, it is what it is. And then Dominic Mysterio coming out of nowhere, trying to recruit Jay into the group. We'll just have to wait and see how that's going to play out. Well, we said this, the Judgment Day at WWE Payback. Won all the gold, the Judgment Day now holding the tag team championships, the Money in the Bank, the women's title, and the North American Championship. Finn Balor even considered himself Grand Slam Finn. Finn Balor became the 14th man in WWE history to win the all the titles that were available. Finn Balor now on that list of accomplishments with WWE, with Triple H, with Stone Cold, with The Rock, and a couple of others to be a Grand Slam champion. So congratulations to Finn. Also, we told you this that Damien Priest is not feeling JD Madonna whatsoever. Damien Priest ain't feeling. I think Damien Priest the only one that out of the group that don't like JD Madonna. All the rest of the three like JD Madonna. Finn, that's Finn's protege. Damien doesn't trust him one bit whatsoever. Well, JD Madonna tried to offer a peace offering to Damien Priest by giving Damien his own briefcase. I don't know how the hell he turned that briefcase to purple, but Damien accepted the briefcase. Now Damien has the purple briefcase called himself Senior Money in the Bank. Uh-huh. Oh, see Damien cashing in on Seth Rollins. I think Damien might cash in on Gunther down the road, but we'll have to wait and see. Everything's so damn predictable now. Make no sense, but we do get a glimpse of what's gonna go down. But world champion Seth Rollins, as Damien saw on the briefcase, Damien real looked at Seth Rollins. He was somewhat in action. Seth Rollins will get his hands on Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura was kind of busy as well. Shinsuke went against Ricochet. We ain't seen Ricochet since SummerSlam. Ricochet want to get his hands on Nakamura. Nakamura got his hands on himself and added more back attack to Seth by doing what he did. Well, we can tell you this that this is far from over for Ricochet and Seth Rollins. And Shinsuke Nakamura, you see Seth Rollins, security had to pull themselves off of the world champion. The world champion wanted to get his hands on Shinsuke. Look for this match to run it back for Fastlane in October. This is far from over. I think Seth Rollins, um, I think we saw aggression and stuff in Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins want to get his hands on Finn, on Nakamura. He want to do so. I think we'll get to see that kind of down the road. I think that what Adam Pearce told Seth, take the night off, recharge and get yourself together and stuff. I think Seth did that for real. Well, it was that time again where Drew McIntyre was in action. Now a lot of people are saying Drew slowly or is building to a heel turn. You can tell he's getting frustrated. He's not tolerating what a lot of folks. Drew McIntyre looking to get wins and go for a title, but Drew McIntyre stuck. I think that's gonna make Drew frustrated and upset. I think Drew McIntyre is gonna slowly turn heel eventually. We're gonna see that slow heel turn for Drew and what he did. In Drew's match against the Viking Raiders, they lost with the interference of You know who? Got his name. The interference of you know, the New Day. So we'll have to wait and see if Drew's gonna turn his back on Riddle. I think that's gonna be the first test. He's gonna turn his back on Riddle, like in Riddle senseless, and we'll see that going forward. Well, the Miz coming off the heels of losing last couple 2 days ago to LA Knight. The Miz can't forgive what he did, what Cena did. Miz and Cena having a word of words. Miz even called out Cena. Cena came out. Cena didn't come out, but Miz pretended Cena came out and tried to make fun of Cena. Cena was just empty. Stuff. We know John Cena is supposed to be coming throughout this whole month and next month. This this is a writer strike. So Miz taking on his expense to mock John Cena. We'll see if Miz and John Cena is gonna feud one more time and run it back. We have to wait and see. So yeah, that was funny with John Cena and stuff. Speaking of that, who is the toughest, baddest girl on the WWE roster? You know, Shayna Baszler coming out the heels of SummerSlam over Ronda Rousey. Zoe Starks giving the boot to Trish Stratus last night with the Z360. After Zoe felt Trish disrespected her after what she done for Trish. And also, too, thank you, Trish. Trish Stratus hasn't been around. We think this is done. Shayna Baszler choked the living daylights out of Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks didn't feel the effect and stuff. She felt the effect, but she didn't want to feel like that. Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler respect each other. Maybe they might go be a tag team down the road. You never know. Well, we know this: the Women's World Championship. Raquel Rodriguez was in action against Chelsea Green. That didn't take too long. Raquel also pointed out this that she's going to challenge the women's champion, Rhea Ripley, to a rematch after she believed Rhea Ripley caused interference from Dominic to win her match. So fitting that what Raquel want to do. Raquel want to get her hands on Rhea Ripley and win the women's world title. The women's title that a lot of people are still raving about and talking about. So look for next week on Raw. Raquel Rodriguez challenging Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Championship, Women's World Championship next week on Raw. Well, we did this. Tommaso Champion continues to look for his buddy Johnny Gargano. Tommaso Champion. So Tommaso Ciampa looking to reunite DUI with Johnny Gargano, or what Jim call like Johnny Sang face and stuff. I don't know why he say that, but hey, it is what it is. Well, we move on to another thing that a lot of people are talking about is this. This is a lot of people are talking about um Sami Zayn went against JD Madonna. You know JD Madonna want to be part of the Judgment Day. JD is buying his way in with presents, gifts. Well, JD rolled up Sami Zayn, former half of the tag team champions, got the win. JD Madonna did his work as well as Dominic Mysterio helped aid JD to win the match. So you know how that went down and how they went gone down. So hey, we'll have to wait and see. Also, too, the Intercontinental Championship was on the line. Intercontinental Championship stakes were raised as Gunther defends the Intercontinental Championship. If Gunther defends it and defeats Chad Gable by this Friday, he will become the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. Yeah. So we saw that not Miz, but Gunther defends against Chad Gable. Chad Gable has his uh, adorable daughters at ringside watching their father compete for the coveted Intercontinental You crying, You crying. Well, the match was that as Chad Gable welcome greeted his daughters and stuff. And one of his daughters to see their son and stuff. Well, Chad came out there. Chad took it to Gunther throughout the match. He gave Gunther his whole, look, he gave him money worth. Tried to win the Intercontinental Championship. Chad couldn't do it. Gunther hit a power bomb, and Gunther hit it with a lariat to get the 1, 2, 3. And Gunther still is your reigning, defending Intercontinental Champion. And by Friday, could be the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. If heaven if it repeats itself, it's gonna happen Friday. Gunther, congratulations on winning, on becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in 35 years. And Gunther he's the age that when the Hunky Tonk Man lost his Intercontinental Championship at 35. So Gunther doing something humongous, big by winning the Intercontinental Championship at 35 years old, and now broke the record, the 35-year record of the Intercontinental Championship. So that's an impressive feat and stuff for Gunther. Congratulations. But the MVP of the night was JD Madonna. JD Madonna um, trying to get himself in the Judgment Day, and Jay Uso making himself part. So it was a lot of factors. This Raw was pretty good. It was probably like a B. Like I said, we're getting everything we're seeing coming up next week on the Raw Ring Report next week. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, returns to Raw. What's Cody's got in store at the we heard what happened tonight after Drew McIntyre made a threat that he wants to figure out. He wants to understand why Cody did what he did to bring the bloodline and bring a member back. So we'll get that next week. Drew and Cody are former tag team champions way back a couple of years ago. Into next week, a women's world championship match. It's good having the title matches in the main event. Raquel Rodriguez challenges Rhea Ripley for the women's title. We'll get to see that match next week on Raw. All right, we're gonna end this with Gunther winning his match against Chad Gable, and now is going to set to become the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. Thank you for watching this edition of Pro Wrestling Show, Raw Ring Report. I've been your host, Kenny Dick, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the NXT Ring Report here on Pro Wrestling Show.